Diddy parties. Um, those are assault parties, and I was one of the kids that was one of the party favors. And a party favors means that you're set on top of a table and you're used as a toy for anybody who comes across the table or who wants to party at a certain time of night. When the music stops and then the DJ starts flashing all these lights and they close the doors, and then everybody turns into like a frenzy and starts going into a crazed animal-like demonic state, and you have no idea what's going on. And yes, there was a time where I was just like completely don't give a shit because it happened, and I was the type of kid that thought that, you know, you're in the presence of royalty and they make it seem like you're in the presence of Hollywood, so you should be honored and you should be appreciating that you're there. And I was that person. I totally acted like that. I was like, oh, it's fine, you know, it really doesn't matter. But then it really did matter when my pimp was like, he had rules. He had lots of rules, and it was more money. And if you know the difference between a pimp, a John, and a trafficker, the trafficker is the supplier, but the pimp is collecting the money and the John is doing the buying. So if the pimp is saying that full house, actual full-blown sex is it, by the way, kids, don't watch this. Goodbye. I love you. Goodbye. If you found my stuff, get off right now. This is the moment where I'm telling you I'm angry. I forgot to put that reminder in the beginning. Okay, cool. Goodbye. What was I saying?
Full sex.
Full house sex. Thank you. If the pimp paid for if there's rules to full house sex, and there's rules to anal, and there's rules to all kind of different jobs. Okay, so at a certain point, I was not brought or traded for anal sex, but that didn't matter to a few celebrities that were there. It's not just celebrities, there's a lot of different people. They called it an all-black party, but it was mainly because a lot of the party favors were black kids. I was in the care of Riverside County Child Protective Services at the time. I was 15, barely 16. 15, 16. It's foggy. A lot happened that night, and I went really numb. And if there's videos or if there's anything that could go from that, then pull them, because we all know that there's so many cameras around. So I can try to post the affidavits and I can put out what happened, but at the same time, what am I supposed to do when nobody's really asking about the kids that are present in these parties now and were then, because they're really just going after all the celebrities and the adults, which I'm happy that we're finally here, and I'm grateful that we're finally pulling the names that need to be pulled and the big fishes that need to be pulled. But at the same time, nobody's asking about the kids and who else is really there. And no, it's just not about all these dudes having sex. They need people to fluff them, which are hand jobs and blow jobs. And those are the kids and the people on the party favors desk. And then on top of that, there's this big ass wheel, and they make it like a carnival thing, and they literally strap you to a wheel and spin it. And then after a certain time, there's sex with animals. And then after a certain time, you have no idea what's happening because you're numb. And if you throw up like I did, then your face is going to be rubbed in and you're going to have to eat it. And then people look at that as a sick fetish too. Blood is a fetish. Throw up is a fetish. Shit is a fetish. So, I have DID, and I went numb after a while. There's a reason for all of my splits, but I just went numb after a minute. And there's times where I just checked out. You can check out for a few hours while somebody is messing with you. It exists, because if you start fighting them back, then you're gonna suffocate or it's gonna hurt worse. So well, for me personally, I checked out. That's how I'm still sitting here. So yeah. And that's not the only thing, because after so many hours of dealing with people, not even dealing with people assaulting you, after so many hours of that, And then if you're still okay, then they just make you go to another job like I did. So then you're just transported through the tunnels. Yeah. You don't live in the world you think you do. And there are videos, and there is, I'm sure there's so much of this, and everybody is seeing slowly it come out, but nobody's talking about the kids. I don't want to open my phone and realize that somebody posted a video of me as a child, and there was times where, because I was on so much ecstasy and so much drugs, that I was laughing because I wanted people to think that I was okay, so they didn't kill me. So there are things that would come out that people would assume, like, oh, everything is fine, they're fine. No, I was 15, 16. I was a kid, and there were kids younger than me, and there are still kids younger than me, and CPS supplies a lot of these children. Let's just not be around the bush about this. CPS supplies a lot of these kids because they don't look for them. They don't care. You're runaways. You're AWOLs. No one gives a shit. So I'm happy we're on this subject, and I hope that we continue, because I'm still trying. I'm still here. I still give a shit, even though I kind of checked out for a little bit and it looked like I did it. And yeah, as a dance choreographer that was being fake and acting like, and it doesn't bother me. It does. It always does. I can't sleep. So yeah. You will never, I don't want to be anybody's puppet anymore. So I'm there in so many ways. So yeah. Yep. Yeah.